Okay, I think we got it. I just have to turn it off, and turn it on the program, and I think that was it. Sorry for the tech issues, guys. It's one of those days. I'm always having like tech issues. Okay, so then we're good. All right, hey guys, happy Friday. I hope you guys are looking forward to your weekend. I'm not gonna like talk too much because I want to get into it. So post your questions in the comment section below. Be specific, no vague questions. You'll get skipped if they're just too vague or too general. If you want to connect with the loved one in spirit, who do you want to connect with? And I'll try to bring through any messages or information that will help you to feel their connection or to know that they're with you. If you would like to, you can also ask other types of questions. You can ask about spirit guides, you can ask spiritual based questions, etc. I mean, I love those types of things as well. If you can do me a favor and send this video out or share this video, because that just helps me with my goals. If you want to know more about me, what do I do, my availability, appointments, etc., just go to my website. Everything's on there. It's made easy for nanamarone.com. Be careful of trolls. There's a lot of people that go around pretending to be me or acting like me, and they start private messaging or direct messaging people on all the different platforms, asking for money and offering readings. I don't do that. I've never done that. If you want a session with me or if you want to have an experience with me, you have to book it through my website. I don't do any transactions or conduct any business through direct message or private messages, so that would not be me. And if you experience that, or if you know someone who is, let them know it's not me. And I try to make it clear on my I try to make it clear on Instagram and on the other platforms to let people know that there's like frauds going out there or con artists going out there trying to take people's money. So FYI, and people inevitably keep falling for it. So I just want y'all to make sure y'all understand that I don't do that. That's not me. What else? Podcast is on my website. Free psychic development class is on my website. My articles and my Dear Ferny newsletter are through my website. So everything that you want to know or everything that you would like to appreciate or to experience or to try out is on my website, and there's a lot of free stuff there, so just FYI with that. As usual, my statements are personal opinions, not guaranteed future events. Whatever decisions or actions you decide to take with your life, you are of course 100% responsible and liable for those. You can change your future. It's never set in stone. I know a lot of people worry about that, but you really can if you want to. And I am not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. You can still ask me questions of that nature, but you should always follow up with a licensed professional. All right, I'm going to do a mix of text of comment version, and then I'll do some videos. If you want to be on video, get your butt over to Instagram and then request to be a guest right here, just because that'll give you the opportunity to connect with me via video. I do try to pick new people every single time I answer questions, so just FYI, I'm not going in any particular order. I'm just bouncing around and connecting with the questions that I feel the most connected to. FYI, in Facebook, there's an Ojo Blessing Esther. That's a troll, so y'all need to report that person and block them, or they're going to take your money, so just FYI with that. All right, let's go through here. RAS1, RA1. Hey, Ferny, can you connect with my deceased friend, Ryan? Thanks. With your friend, Ryan, it's interesting because I'm hearing, I'm getting Orion, but then I'm also hearing Brian. So I don't know if you have another person in your life or somebody else that's named Brian, but I'm hearing like both of those. So just FYI. But as far as the Ryan is concerned, I'm definitely, thank you. Okay, so the 7 or the 17th is connected, so the 7th of a month is going to be connected, or the 17th of a month is going to be connected, because he's showing me the 7. So for me, the number represents the month of July, or the 7 or the 17th, so just FYI. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He is showing me, it's funny because I've seen glasses. I don't know if there's a joke about wearing glasses at night, or a joke about wearing glasses, and there's a special type of sunglasses, but there's like, I'm seeing sunglasses, I'm seeing my glasses, but then I'm seeing sunglasses, and I'm seeing a joke, and then I'm seeing like the way that they're, I'm one of those types where I've worn sunglasses at night, just because I don't want to see people. So my sister used to make fun of me and used to play that song. What is it? I wear my sunglasses at night. So I was hearing that. That's why I was making fun of it. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. There's also a, thank you. So what he's showing me is also, there might be a, I don't know if this is a tattoo or if this is like a emblem that is connected or significant as well, that almost reminds me of like the Olympic coins. You know how you have the round Olympic coins that are all connected? he's showing me something like that either is connected to like a patch or like a brand or like an emblem of some sort that is supposed to mean something, that almost look like these interlocking rings or these interlocking things that may be significant or connected as well. He also he also is making reference to, he repeated the 7, so he was going back to the 7 thing as well. There's definitely also a July connection, so there may actually be 2 dates of significance. One may actually be on the 7th or the 17th, and then the other one may actually be in the month of July, because he's making reference to that as well. Okay. By the way, guys, if you ask a question, don't assume I can read your mind and know everything you're talking about, because I don't. So I don't read people's minds. I can sense stuff, but it's not like I can hear all your thoughts in my head. So if you're asking a question, be specific. Like, what exactly do you mean? Because if you're asking it like a very vague question, but it's not even a complete sentence, I'm not going to know what you're talking about. So just pretend I'm like, you know, Rose from the Golden Girls, and I'm like, what? It needs to be explained in a proper sentence so that I can understand what you're asking me. Kelly, why do I keep seeing 4444? So Kelly, so whenever we see the alignment of numbers, and I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again. Whenever we see the alignment of numbers, by like a rule of thumb, it's usually the universe letting us know that wherever we are in our life at that point in that moment, wherever we are in that moment is supposed to be where we're at, which means it doesn't matter whether we're in good circumstances, bad circumstances, happy, unhappy circumstances. It does not matter. We are going through what we're meant or what we decided to go through on a soul level, and the experience serves us. So it's usually why we see these alignments of numbers. Now, granted, you can break it down further. A lot of people love the idea of like angel numbers, and this number means this number means that. A rule of thumb for me is, I've seen this often enough, people when they get the alignment of numbers, it typically tends to shift around or change, and there'll be different sequences. But the alignment of number, and when you start to see more of that, it's just the universe telling you, hey, what you're going through right now is supposed to be happening. So make the best of it. It may not be perfect, it may not be ideal, but you need to get through this, because this is what you signed up for. So just stop worrying about this being, wanting to be absolutely different. Make the best of it and then move forward. That way you can not find yourself getting stuck in that, or just thinking that there's something in that you're supposed to be sticking with. So just do the best that you can and then move forward. That's how I would interpret it. Takesha, Ferny, please, my brother was killed. Please, what happened? Help. Yeah. So the way I feel about this, because the way he's making me feel about this is almost like kind of negligence. In other words, I know you're saying that he was killed, but when I feel my way into this, the way that he's making me feel is almost like the idea of how someone just put themselves in harm's way, or someone just triggered a sequence of events, but it's not like someone was intentionally out to get him. So I feel like this was more incidental or negligence or accidental, even if it was at the hands of others or somebody else caused it, his death. So I feel that way about this. So this might have been again, not a directly intentional thing with him. He either was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, or he was not the target, or this was just not an intentional thing, is how I want to describe it. I also feel a familiarity. Like, I feel like there's a sense of familiarity with the people that were around him at the time that this happened. And some of the people that he may have known might have been connected, or might have known the individuals that started this whole mess. So I kind of feel like this is a little bit of a string, where you pull one string and you get another person in the scene, etc. I think that this is not a one-time thing, because I feel that someone is going to come forward, or someone is going to come to the authorities to share some more information. It wouldn't surprise me if it's like revenge for something. In other words, like if someone who was involved with this goes to the authorities or reports this, they may report it in a completely different way than how it was understood to begin with. And I almost feel like that person's doing this out of revenge against that person that has nothing to do with your brother. They're just doing this because they got their own issues with this person. And then that may be what starts to kind of bring more opportunity for closure or for justice with the situation. Okay? Selena Gonzalez. Hi, Ferny. Who is my spirit guide, and what messages does she have for me? It's interesting that you assume she was a she, because I'm seeing a male. So I'm seeing a male guide. There is a female around you, but I wouldn't say that she's your main guide. I feel like your main guide is a male. I want to say the name is similar to me. Not Neil. It's like it's gonna sound weird. It sounds like Nemo. I've never heard a name like that, so I really want to know. I mean, I keep thinking of like the freaking fish, but it sounds like Nemo or Niemo. It's how it sounds like. So that's the name that I'm getting, or the sound of the name that I'm getting. But I feel like your guide is a male. So yeah. So the female that you might be experiencing, or the female you might be having experiences with, may not be your main guide. That may just be a secondary guide, or like a spirit teacher who's supposed to pop in to kind of help you work through some stuff, and then it's gonna pop back out. Okay. Fia fan. I don't even know if I said that correctly. Hi, Franny. Any connection with my sister? Yeah. So she is showing me. Okay. She is showing me the 11th, so I would say that the month of November is connected, or the 11th of the month is connected. She also showed me the 13th, so the 13th may also be connected as well. She also keeps acknowledging there might be a picture of her with flowers around her head, or with a crown of like floral around her head, because she's showing me an image and it almost reminds me of like having a crown or floral arrangement around my head. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you, she's doing this. So there's a baby that she's trying to make reference to or acknowledge. So either a baby was born since her passing and she's saying hello, I know, or a baby didn't make it and was with her and she's wanting to acknowledge that baby. So there's a reference there as well. She's also doing this. So there might be a ring or a gift that may be significant or may have come from her, because she's making reference to this ring as well. Okay. Christine Gilmore. Hi, Ferny. Any messages from my daughter? Yeah. She's showing me a swing. I don't know if you have a swing that you sit in often, or if there's a special bonding period or time with you and her in a swing, because I keep seeing like an image of you and her in a swing. So I'm seeing something like that. It almost reminds me actually of when she was younger, or years ago. So it might be an old picture. But it almost, because I'm almost seeing like braids as well. So I'm seeing braids that look like that. So there's a reference to that. She also keeps, thank you. She also keeps acknowledging there might be a Georgie or George connection that she's making reference to as well. I was thinking of the name George, that's why. So I was trying to figure out where she's going with it. I thought she was trying to change the spelling. So there's a name like that she's making reference to or acknowledging. There might actually be more than one version of the name, or more than one person with that name, but I want to say she's making reference to someone who's with her, who's passed, who's got this George sounding name. The person, then, thank you, it would be a male. They may have had issues with their leg or walking on their leg, because I feel like she's pointing out the leg issue with this person. So there's a reference to that as well. She also keeps acknowledging there might be a picture of her inside of a heart. Or I'm almost seeing like a picture like this, and I feel like it's like connected to a heart, or there's like this like oval shape around her, but there's hearts. Either there's hearts in the picture with her, or she's inside of a heart, but she's like doing that. So there's a reference to that. Okay. Jackie Ray, please for anything for my deceased son, Jacob, please. Yeah. So the first thing he's doing this, and he showed me two. So there might be two necklaces that were made since his passing, or there might be two necklaces of significance, because he's making reference to this. He's also acknowledging, thank you. There might also be something, thank you. It's interesting because he's showing me like a wing or eagle. There might be an eagle or big bird like referenced as well. I don't know if he's trying to say the necklace is connected to a wing or a eagle, or he's acknowledging the necklaces, and then he's also bringing up the idea of an emblem with a bird on it that reminds me of an eagle, that may be like a patch or something attached to something you wear, because he's acknowledging in that way, but I'm still thinking he's talking about the necklace. He also keeps acknowledging the 31st. So the 31st of a month may be significant, or March 1st may be significant. He also keeps acknowledging, he's showing me a Christmas tree, and then I'm seeing like something that reminds me of an ornament. So either there might be a special custom ornament connected to him, or someone made something that's in a globe or that's round, that is made out of like a ceramic or a glass, that is connected to him as well. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. I don't know if he was a smoker, but I'm kind of smelling smoke. So if you ever smell smoke, if you ever smell smoke or this like fuel, it's gonna sound weird, fuel smell or like a smoke, it would be connected to him as well, because he's showing me something like that. He's also showing me an image of him on top of a large vehicle. So there may be a picture of him where he's on top of a truck, or he's on top of a large vehicle and he's standing on top, or he's like just like up there. So there's an image or a reference to that as well. He also, thank you, he set off your alarms. So if you have your smoke alarms going off, or if you have something changing or happening with your alarms, that may be where he was going with the smoke stuff, okay? Let's go here. Mando, please connect me, sir, my grandma. As far as your grandma is concerned, she's with two other females, by the way. So there's two other women with her. Either she's got two sisters, or there's two other women on her level who are with her as well, because she's acknowledging being with these other women. First of all, she's acknowledging that she's not in any pain anymore, so she's not feeling any physical discomfort or pain. She also makes me feel like she was ready to go, or it was time to go. So she's just making reference to that as well. She's apologizing about the timing of her passing. So either the passing may have fallen on a date of significance, on a birthday, anniversary day, holiday, but she's acknowledging the timing of it as well. She also keeps showing me there's a picture of her. It's either a picture of her with you, or it's a picture of you with her wearing something that reminds me of it almost reminds me of these sweaters that have like this, it looks like a rope or a thick rope right around the collar. She's showing me an image of a sweater like this. It might even be like a cream or a beige color, because she's showing me this image or this visual. So there's a reference to that as well. She also, it's interesting, she's showing me her hands, and her hands are like, I feel like she's trying to acknowledge her hands shaking, and then she's making them straight, or she's showing me that they're no longer shaking. So either she was having difficulty with her nerves, or her hands were shaking quite a bit, but she's making me feel like this is no longer an issue for her. So it's almost like this is straightened out, or she's got control of the hand because she's not doing this anymore, okay? Angel. Yeah, Angel. Hi, I liked and subscribed. What advice can you give me, my guides for my future? I don't know what that means. Relationship with Jose Daniel. As far as like the relationship with Jose, just be patient or take it slow. Not because I don't feel like this person can definitely get to where you want them to get to, but I think that they're going to need a good year to take it slow so that they can catch up, because you might be like 1,000 steps in front of them, or you might just kind of feel the need to rush. If you push them too hard, you might lose them, or they may back away. So you just want to be careful and not try so hard to push too hard. I also feel like you probably need, thank you. So sometimes when we're in relationships with people, we have a tendency of kind of trying to turn the person into a friend as well, or like, oh, the person I'm with should be my best friend, and I'm like, okay, God, let's drop the Disney stories, right? I think that you need to have connections outside of those relationships, so that you're not just trying to fixate or focus on this person, and just connect with people outside of the relationship who can be a release valve for you. So you're not always releasing that energy or going off on Jose with your energy. So you may need to kind of have a release valve, so that way that they don't feel overwhelmed. I'm trying really hard to tell you not to overwhelm them, because it might be easy for them to become overwhelmed even if they don't say anything, and I just don't want you to like miss out on something that could potentially work. But you're going to have to give them a year and take your time with it and find a coping mechanism away from the relationship, and that might actually help to strengthen and to line it up with longevity. Okay. Only JR. Will we get justice for my mother's passing this year or next? I feel like there's going to be. I'm not seeing. I hate to say this because I don't like the way it sounds, anyways. But I feel less of like holding individuals or entities accountable, and more financial gain. In other words, I feel like there might be an opportunity for financial gain here, which isn't going to make anything better. But I'm not feeling as much of a strong like. I'm not feeling as strongly about like a accountability justice type of thing. In other words, if there's a person or an entity, like an organization, responsible for the situation, I don't feel as much of an accountability with them, but I feel some sort of a monetary type of arrangement or agreement, and that's how I would describe it. Okay. I think this would be next year. I think this would be next year, next summer. Bring somebody on. Let's see. Volume up a second. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, soon, sweetheart.
Oh wait, I need a light. Sorry. I didn't think this was gonna happen.
Oh, cool. Well, good. I'm glad I surprised you. I'm glad I shocked you.
Say hi.
Oh, hi, baby. Oh.
Oh my God, it looked terrible.
Oh, you're
Okay.
fine. You're fine. What do you want to ask me about?
Actually, I wanted to ask one question about my coworker, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to her the other day, telling her that, you had connected me with my daughter and my family members in the past, and it turned into a whole discussion. So she started talking about her father and,
Any
her
messages?
children and the things that they do that remind her of him. And you had any messages for her? I'm actually
Sure.
on here for
Yeah.
her.
So with her dad, first of all, because it's her father, you may not know everything, but what I'm going
Yeah.
to share what I'm getting, and then you can just share this with her.
Play it with her. Yes.
First thing he's showing me is immediately I feel a huge pressure on my chest area. Do you know if his heart or his lungs were affected?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I'm feeling this pressure here. I also keep seeing my mug or my special cup. So there might be a mug or a special cup that's connected to him. I also feel, thank you. I don't know if they release balloons or birds for him, but I'm seeing something being released or something kind of being honored in the sky or in the air that might be connected to him as well. It's interesting because whenever I see a flag by default, I automatically assume it's a military thing, but this may be a different type of flag or something that represents a different thing altogether. But I'm seeing something that reminds me of like a piece of fabric or cloth that reminds me of a flag. I just don't know if it's an actual flag or just a piece of fabric or cloth that has a very significant thing for them with him, because I'm seeing something like that as well. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He's talking about a bent ring or a bent piece of jewelry that needs to be repaired or that needed to be corrected. So there might be something like that tied to him as well. He also, thank you. There's a dog that's also in spirit that might have passed not too long ago, actually. I want to say the dog's. It's funny because I'm thinking of. I have a friend whose dog's name is Boris. I don't know if it's like Boris or if it's a B name, like Birdie or Bonnie, Bird. There's a dog like that. So there's a reference to a dog in spirit that may be connected to her as well. That's got a name like that as well. So those things, just like tell her about it, and hopefully she can affirm or confirm some of those details.
Yes, will do.
Yeah. Did you want to ask me something about yourself?
Uh, sure. Are there any messages from my spirit guides? I don't know. You've answered pretty much every question
Yeah.
that I've
Yeah.
ever had at
Have
this
you been
point.
feeling the need to pick up a camera and just record yourself?
A little bit because one of my other coworkers, oddly enough, she kept telling me because I told her I gained weight since having this baby, and my coworkers kept saying, "Look, record yourself. I don't care what it is, record yourself because in 20 years from now, you're gonna look back at these pictures."
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Yes.
she
Yeah.
pretty
Well, yeah.
much.
I look back at some pictures when I was younger, and I was like, "What the hell was wrong with me? Why did I think I was not attractive?" Yeah. I would say record yourself, but I also think you actually need to record yourself like audio, like video, and talking to people. I would highly recommend that you start like just a club of people who have an interest in the same thing on like something audio like Clubhouse or something like that. Because I feel like you kind of need to connect with people who you can just connect with on that level on a regular basis. So I would recommend you record yourself and actually record yourself, not just take a picture.
Okay, I can do
Okay.
that.
Yeah. So give that a shot, and I would say try that out, and then I could just tell people that you've got this going, and then see what happens.
Okay, we'll do.
All right. You're welcome, sweetheart. Bye, baby.
He's over here.
Oh my God, you're so cute. So cute. All right, Mama.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling. Take care.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Let's see.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What do you want to ask me about?
I wanted to see what my dad thinks, or
Yeah. Question. Did you just buy a new car? Have you been learning how to drive something new? Because he's acknowledging a vehicle or driving something new. So did you just get a new vehicle, or have you been learning how to drive?
no.
Okay. Why is he talking about the new vehicle or the vehicle?
I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. What he's showing me is he's talking about a vehicle, and either there's a new vehicle, a new car, or there's something about learning how to drive a new way. So there's a reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging the number 11. No. The number, what is it? The number 18th. Do you know there's also a reference to the 18th of a month or January 8th?
My birthday's February 11th.
No, he's talking about the 18th of a month or January the 8th. So there's going to be a reference to that date. So there's 18th. So and you might have to think about it, but ask your family when you have a chance. But he's talking about the 18th of a month or January 8th. So there's a reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging. Do you know there's a picture of you dressed in red as a kid?
What happened?
Do you know there's a picture of you dressed in red as a kid?
Yes.
Okay, because he's acknowledging an image of you or a picture of you when you were little or when you were a kid dressed in red. So he's acknowledging you in this picture. He's also showing me a tattoo. Do you know got it, double tattoo. Okay. Do you know if he had a tattoo of some of y'all in the family?
He had our name on him.
Got it. Now he's doubling it up. Do you also know if y'all are doing the same thing for him?
Yes.
Got it. He's just making sure that I understand the double tattoo thing. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Is there an Alex or an Alejandro or Alejandra or Alex type name?
No.
Okay, he's referencing a name that's like Alex, Alejandro, or Alejandra. There's a name like that he's making reference to. It's someone that's there who's connected to that name. So he's acknowledging thank you. There's a female connected to that name that he's wanting to acknowledge. Do you know about that? Okay, I'm gonna leave that with you. The female would have passed from an accident or an incident, but it would have been like a medical incident. Like they would have it's weird. It's almost like they would have had anaphylactic shock or they would have been stung by something and it caused a reaction. So it's almost like that's on top of what they were going through with their medical situation, because that's the way he's making me feel. He's also showing me a necklace, and then he's showing me another necklace. So there might be more than one type of necklace. So do you know of more than one type of necklace?
I have one on right now.
Okay, so you have one. Now,
and I left one in his casket.
Perfect. He's acknowledging that. So he's making reference to that as well. He also keeps doing this with the finger. Was there a funny joke about doing the pinky finger or with something to pull to the broken finger or the funny finger thing?
No.
There's some joke that he's making reference to because he's showing me the pinky finger and he's acknowledging this and he's making a joke. So he's doing this and he's making a joke. So there's a reference to this. He also keeps acknowledging a picture of him where he's wearing a black shirt and there might even be like it might be a uniform or it might be a shirt that's got a logo in it, but it's like a black or dark colored shirt. Do you know of a picture with him and he's got a black or dark colored shirt and there's a little logo or writing on it?
Yes.
Okay. He's also showing me his sunglasses. Do you have his sunglasses?
Yes.
Okay. Wear his sunglasses because he wants you to wear them.
I think they're in Austin.
Okay. He's acknowledging you having his sunglasses or getting his sunglasses and wearing them. And then whenever you wear them, he'll be with you. So he's just acknowledging that. He also says there's a dog that's with him. So there might have been a dog that just passed or that's passed away that's also with him as well. It's lighter color, so it's like a whitish colored dog. Not pure white, but white enough. Okay.
He doesn't like dogs.
Doesn't matter what he likes, there's a dog with him. So there's a dog connected to y'all that's lighter color or whiter color. It's like a little poodle looking thing. And it belonged to the family or was connected to the family. So there's a dog there. So whoever this dog was for or was connected to, he's letting you know that the dog is there.
Is he with his mom?
Funny because he's talking about two moms. The answer is yes, but he's talking about two moms. Do you know if there was another mom that's passed or a mother-in-law that's passed?
Oh, my grandma.
Did she raise him?
Yes.
Okay, that's it, yeah. Because he's acknowledging the two mothers. And for me, if the grandmother actually raised him and not the mom, then that would make sense to me. So that would be probably where he's going with that. But he's like, no, he's correcting me. He says there's another mother figure. There's another mother figure there. Do you know if your mom has a mother figure or stepmother that's in spirit?
Yeah, my mom's mom just passed away.
That's it. Because he corrected me because I was going with the grandma thing. He says no, the other mom. So he's letting you know that both of the moms are there. So yes, to answer your question, to let her know. Okay. All right, sweetheart. You take care of yourself, Mama. Okay.
You too.
All right, Mama.
Thank you.
Bye bye. All right, see you coming back. Trying to find the pooled. Here we go. Let's do this. Ashley Hugh, I'm trying to connect with you, girl. You said please. I need you to connect. See, I'm gonna try you back one more time.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, wrong way.
Oh.
Hold on. I don't know how to turn the camera. Okay.
That's okay. Yeah. Okay.
You were just talking to my niece right now. That was
cool.
my
Okay.
niece.
Well, let's see how they connect y'all.
Yes. I don't know how to turn the camera
if you look on the
around.
screen, there's a little circle with 2 arrows. There's like a little 2-arrow circle. If you click that, that'll turn it around.
How do you turn it around, babe? He said there's two. I don't. Oh,
it's like
there
a
it is.
circle
Okay.
with 2. There you go. There you are. Yay. Okay.
So yes, my brother was killed 2 weeks ago by the security guard. You talked to his ex-girlfriend yesterday.
Okay.
Or no, it was Wednesday. But I wanted to know if he had anything he wanted to say.
Yeah. I kind of feel. Do you know? It's weird. Do you know there was First of all, he's blaming himself, so he's still blaming himself.
I know.
Question: do you know there's a Jonathan or Johnny or Joe connection
No,
for your husband?
I don't have a husband.
Okay, he said husband and he brought up this Johnny or Joe or whatever. There's a Joe or Johnny or J-O male name that's passed that's with him. He's the husband of someone that's connected to you. That's the way I would describe it because he's acknowledging this male. So there's another male that's there that's also passed. He also keeps acknowledging, first of all, he's apologizing because he sometimes would let his mouth run away. You understand that? And so he's like, I didn't always say the things that I should have said. He also says that he's sorry that you felt like he didn't do enough to help you out with the family, or did he did enough with the family? Sometimes he got caught in his own little world, and whatever he wanted to do was more important than the family. So he's apologizing for that as well. Thank you. He's showing me something that reminds me of something else. I have a cousin, and they're always talking about their brother because he's always spending time with the other family and not with them. Do you know if he was spending more time with like friends or with other people and wasn't doing enough with the family?
No, I mean he had moved to Austin and he was starting a new life.
Okay. He's apologizing for not making enough time to come down and be with the family or not doing enough with the family in the last year of his life. And that's how I'm going to describe it because he's talking about spending more time with other people or with the other family or with other people because he's making reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging that he showed up in your house and someone may have seen a shadow or may have seen something and thought that
I
something
thought
was...
I seen something.
Okay, he says that was him, that he was trying to let you know he was around. He also says he didn't care if he scared the hell out of you because he says you kind of needed to be scared because he's like, yeah, so he's just acknowledging that as well. It's funny. Do you think that you're psychic or that people call you bruja?
No,
Okay.
I heard people think that I was into stuff like that.
Okay, he's like making fun of you, and so he's almost acknowledging. He's like, hey, like he's almost like messing with you, trying to poke with you as well. He is showing me a tattoo, but he's splitting it in half. Is there a tattoo that's half done or has
He
just
got
gotten
me.
started?
He got me. Me and my little brother's name tatted on his hands.
Okay, that's split in. Why would it be split in half?
I don't know. I just know he put my name on him.
Was it one in each hand?
Yes.
Oh,
he had my brother's name on the other hand and my my name on
Now I know where he's going with that. Because he was showing me a tattoo, split it in half, and I'm like, I don't understand. So he's just making reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging he made your phone ring to try to get you to respond. So do you know if you had something weird happen where your phone rang or your phone was making sounds?
No.
Okay. He's talking about the day he died. So this would have been on that day.
I wouldn't know. I lost my mind that day when I seen him.
Okay, he's talking about the phone ringing or a weird sound happening with the phone. And it would have happened on the day he passed. I wouldn't be surprised if it was when people were trying to call or there was supposed to be some sort of call and there was a weird sound the phone was making because he's making reference to something weird like that on the day he passed. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Do you have a picture of him with the blue shirt?
I got it airbrushed. I got pictures of him on my airbrush shirt.
Is it blue or is it blue in it?
It was blue in it. It was a white shirt with blue writing.
Perfect. So he's just acknowledging the shirt like that. So he's making reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging there's a baby with him. Do you know of a baby that was miscarried, lost, or terminated, or didn't make it?
No.
There's a baby with them. So someone lost a baby or a baby wasn't born because he's acknowledging that. And they may have even had, there might have been 2 times or 2 attempts, or there was a double attempt with this.
Okay.
Okay. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He's funny. He says, when are you going to get your business going? So were you trying to do your own business or have your own business?
No.
He's talking about doing your own business.
No. I didn't have, no.
He's sticking with it. He's not dropping it.
Is he okay? I mean, is he fine?
He's fine. He's just like chatty as can be. It's funny. He's chatty with you.
He's very
He's talking about He's talking about doing the business. Do y'all have an opportunity to do a business, or do you have an opportunity to get in on a business?
No.
It has to do with It's funny because I mean,
to movies.
It's like a salon type thing. This is a business. Someone going and getting certified or getting their credentials and then going and working at a salon or having a business like this. He's talking about something. Is there another sister? Do you have another sister with you?
No, I was his only sister. I mean, there was he He said there was a sister out there, but he never knew of her. He never met her in his life, but he knew something about him having a sister out here, but he's never met her, so I've been his only sister.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that's it. He's talking about the female getting certification or getting some credentials and then having their own business or starting a business. And they would be able to do it from home. There's something to it. It's either got
I
to
work from home, that's it.
No, this is something else. I'm not getting it. There's something more to it than that. Just remember that I said that because again, he keeps talking about having an opportunity. I'm sorry. I think I'm reversing it. Do you know if he was trying to have his own business or go and get certified or something so that he could start his own business?
No, he was working as welding in Austin.
Do you know if he was trying to start his own business
No.
with that? Okay, there's something to it. I'm gonna say that you don't know this yet. You need to ask about that because he's being specific about that. He's like going in circles with it. So there's something more to it, and you might need to follow up with people to see if you can get more clarity on that. What he's talking about is someone getting certified or getting their license and then starting their own business. And I'm seeing I'm seeing the inside of like a spa or like where they have all of the it's almost like a barbershop, but it's like there's something to do with this place like this business license. So remember that I said that because you're gonna have to ask around, but there's something more to it that he's like being very persistent about as if it's important. So
maybe he's trying to tell me to start a business.
well, I mean, if that's not something you wanted to do, I don't see why he would be saying that to you. So that's what I'm like, doesn't make sense to me because if you're not wanting to start a business, why would he be pushing that? So this has to be something that's already in play or something that was already being attempted. So just FYI with that, okay? All right, sweetheart. You take care of yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hello.
Hi, I'm on my
Hi.
husband's IG.
Wait, I'm letting your picture clear up because it's all frozen. Let's see. Okay, I think I can hear you now. Yeah. Okay, you're okay. It's better.
Me?
It's better now.
Okay, I'm on my husband's IG. You picked him, but I want to talk to you.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. If anybody
Okay,
should be nervous, it's me. I'm the one that has to get in front of everybody and prove myself. So, what do you want to ask me about?
So I have, oh my god, my dad passed away, like last week. So I just want to know if there's any messages, kind of get clarity on what happened.
First of all, he's apologizing. Because he makes me feel like this could have potentially been prevented or could have been changed. So he's apologizing about that. He's also putting his hand over his mouth. Do you know if he was keeping things to himself or he wasn't disclosing everything that was going on?
Probably.
Okay. He's also showing me this in money. Do you know if he was also having some financial issues or there was some financial changes happening for him as well?
Most likely,
okay. Yes. He's also showing me the month, the number 12. Do you know if December or the 12th of a month is connected? If it's not the 12th, it would be the 21st.
I'm not sure.
He's showing me that number, and he's making me feel like it's an anniversary or birthday.
The 12th? It maybe his birthday. I'm not too sure.
That's okay. No worries.
Just fun, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's fine. No worries. Again, it's either the 12th, the 21st, or the December. So just FYI with that. He also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. Do you know? Was your father a little bit of a drinker?
Back in the day, I don't know about
okay,
now.
There might be an old picture of him where he's just like partying or having it down and he's holding a bottle in his hand or he's drinking. So there might be an old picture of him. The way he looked in this picture is how he looks now because he does not show me himself the way he looked before he passed. He shows me this picture of him and how he looked back in the day. It almost reminds me of like back in like the 70s and the 80s. Like I want to go back. So do you know if there's pictures of him at that age?
Probably.
Okay, just FYI, remember that because it's like I'm with friends. Thank you. I'm with friends. Whatever. Did he have a goatee or did he have a mustache? Yeah. So he's making reference to that or acknowledging that as well. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. It's gonna sound funny. Do you know if your dad had a habit of burping, or he just liked to make this burping sound from time to time just to get on people's nerves?
I'm not sure.
Okay, he's like, rah, rah, like he's doing some funny sound for me. So he's like trying to get on people's nerves or trying to irritate people for fun. So I don't know if he had a habit of messing with people just to get on their nerves, but he's coming across in this way. He also keeps acknowledging there's a song that he got to play, or he song that he tried to get your attention with. So did you have a song come on when you were thinking of him or talking about him?
I don't remember.
He's showing me,
I don't know.
he's showing me a song. So there's a song. I want to say it's in a guitar. Your dad never played guitar, right? He was never in a band?
No.
There's something about this. There's something about a song that's connected to your father, because he's talking about the song connected to him. Either you had a song come on when you were thinking of him or talking to him, or someone made a song for him or dedicated a song for him that may have a guitar attached to it. So there's some reference there because he's making reference to something like that. He's still sticking with it. I'm not catching it. There's something there. The only other thing I'm going to say, because if that's not it, do you know there's a guitar tattoo? Or a music tattoo?
I have a music tattoo.
Okay.
I don't.
But it's not connected to your dad, right? It's just your...
No,
Okay.
it's just.
Did you ever want to play music or be in a band or do music? There's something more to this, so I'm missing it. There's something about either a song connected to your father that there's an experience around, or there's something about a guitar or playing music or a tattoo music connected to your father. So there's something to that because he's going in circles for me. So there's a reference there.
Okay.
Now he's giving me, okay. Do you know there's also a reference or connection to the name Albino, or Alba? I have a cousin named Albino, which is why I'm going with Albino. But do you know there's an Albino, Alvano, something?
I have a brother named Anthony.
That's not it.
Which is his.
No, this is like an AL, like Albino, Albano, Okay, do me a favor. Put your dad to the side for a second. So in your head, just put him to the side. Open this up to other people. Do you know there's a connection to another person that has a musical connection that either played in music, was in a band, had a musical tattoo that's connected to you or to your significant other?
Okay. You know anyone? No.
There's also this AL name, like Albino, Albano, Alfonso. It's got a name like that. It's like an AL starting name. Could be EL and it's LL, but it's like sounding like that.
Well, my husband has an uncle. His name is Albino.
Okay.
So
So he has an uncle named Albino. Do you know if his uncle played in music or was in a band, or there's a musical or song connection to the uncle? It's okay. That's okay. So now we know there is an albino. So just FYI, that may be connected to this albino character because it's possible your dad's trying to tell us who's with them and he's trying to give me names and trying to tell me what's going on or where he's at and who's with them. So there's a reference to that. He's also acknowledging his father. Do you know if your dad had a bit of a disconnect with his own father, or there was some distance there?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, well, my dad lived in Mexico, so.
Okay, and his father. Do you know if he had issues? Okay. Do you know if he had issues with his dad, or there were some challenges between them two?
I'm not too sure.
Okay, because he's talking about two families. So do you know there's a thing about having two families or someone having two families? Yeah. Okay. Your dad is giving me some details. So I think he's just trying to acknowledge being at peace or coming to peace with what had happened and also his own issues with his own father. He's also apologizing to you because he makes me feel like he didn't try hard enough or he didn't reach out often enough. So did you not have a chance to talk to him as often as you would have liked?
No.
Okay, he's apologizing for this. He's also apologizing because he says that, Did you actually try to have a closer relationship to him or try to reach out more to him? Because he says that he knows you tried and he's apologizing that he didn't try back. And sometimes your dad can get in his own head and gets caught up in his own life that he doesn't always think about other people. And so he's apologizing because he makes me feel like he felt he was just being selfish and self-involved and didn't think about other people as well. He's also apologizing to your mom. Do you know if he had a tendency of like messing around with your mom or like hurting her?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he's apologizing for this as well. He needs to apologize to her because he says he needs to get it off his chest. He says he's waiting at the gates. They won't open the gates until he makes these apologies. That's why he's doing this, because he's trying to get in. So he's just letting you know that as well. He also keeps acknowledging a picture, and this might have been when you were younger. And I think in the picture, you're either sitting on the couch next to him or you're sitting right on his lap. Do you know about that picture? And you were little.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. He also keeps acknowledging a gold coin or a Mexican coin. Do you know if you have a gold coin or a Mexican coin that's connected to Dad?
No.
Okay. Remember that I said this because you're going to have a coin show up out of nowhere and it's going to be really weird. And he's letting you know this is a sign from him to look out for this sign that he's going to let you know. And he says he means his apology. He's not just saying this because they're making him. He says, you're silly. He means this apology. So he's like wanting to make sure you understand that. This coin is going to show up out of nowhere. He says to pay attention to that. He also keeps acknowledging 2 tattoos. Do you know there are 2 tattoos connected to your dad?
I'm not sure.
It has to do with the last name or with the name difference.
I'm not sure.
Okay. He's showing me a tattoo and it feels like it's a name, but it feels like it's a last name, but it doesn't just mean for him. It's like a double meaning. So it means 2 things, not just his last name.
I would have to ask. I don't.
He's sticking with it and he's going back around to it. So I missed something. I didn't catch it. It's gonna, I don't even know how to describe this. I'm seeing 2 last names in the shape of a V that might be connected to a tattoo or something artistic. Do you know about anything like that? Where it's 2 names or 2 last names that are in a V shape or are like this, that are either in writing, that are like art, or it's a tattoo. It almost looks like the shape of like a bird's wing or a bird, but it's still like this shape, is how he's describing it. And he's talking about a tattoo. Do you know if either you or your husband, or there's something about a tattoo that's got a shape of a bird or wings like this, but it's got a name or the last names?
No.
Okay, remember that I said that? You'll figure it out. So there's a reference there as well. He's fine, sweetheart. He's okay. If anything, I think the most important thing he needed to tell you was that he was sorry and apologized to you, but also please apologize to your mom, because he says that that's the one thing that he needed to do for her, is to apologize to her because he didn't do her right.
Okay, can I ask just one more question?
Sure.
My mom actually passed away a couple years ago.
Oh, then there you go. Okay,
So,
he's apologized to your mom. So then that's his way of letting us know he's apologized to your mother and he's made it right by her. So he's making reference to that or acknowledging that he's apologized to her. So then that's where he was going with that. So you can just apply that to that.
So
Okay?
is there any message? My mom, I don't know if
Question,
you have time.
Mom, let's go back to Mom for a second. Do you know there's a V reference to Mom or this tattoo thing? With this, like, they're going back to this damn tattoo V.
I don't think so.
Okay, there's something about it. So just remember when you go back to it, because he was saying that and he was also referring to your mom, it's also possible it's connected to Mom. But he was making a reference or a gesture to that and then all connecting that as well. Mom, do you know there's a, Jennifer, March, or April, thank you. Do you know there's a connection to the 4th of a month or the month of April?
4th of the month, I think that's, I know I have a niece, her birthday's in April. I want to say the 4th of the month is when she passed.
Okay.
I don't know, but what day in February?
It's okay. It was the 4th of the month. This is her way of validating that. If it was the month of April, then it would be validating that. But there's a connection to that 4. So she's making reference to that. Rainbows are connected to Mom. So you might have experiences with rainbows because that's going to be a sign to you. She also makes me feel that you're going to, thank you. Have y'all moved into a new house since her passing, or a new place since her passing?
We moved in a little bit before her passing.
Okay, she's talking about the new place, but she's also talking about making changes or a new renovation. Are y'all doing some renovations or changing out something? It's funny because I was seeing a stove in the kitchen, so I was trying to figure out where she's going with this.
Oh, not the stove. More
Okay.
like landscape in the
The
backyard.
what?
More like landscape, like outside.
No. This is something else. She's acknowledging the stove for some reason. So she's bringing up the stove. She's talking about changing it, or the thing doesn't turn off right, or it's messed up. Do you know there are issues with the stove? Y'all need to change out that stove?
No.
Here's what I'm going to say. If that stove starts acting up, change the damn stove out or get somebody to fix it, because it's possible she's just trying to warn you, or she's trying to tell you something's up with your stove and she's just trying to let you know about the stove, because she was showing me the stove, she was showing me pulling it out, putting a new one in, and then talking about at the new place. So if you're in the new place, if you start having weird stuff happening with that stove, to move it out or to get another one or have it properly fixed, because there might be some issues there that you don't want to take a risk with. She's also showing me a ring. Do you have a ring connected to your mama? Okay.
Yeah.
She's got it. She's aware of you having the ring. She's also showing me a custom-made piece of jewelry or a necklace. Do you? Oh. Okay.
I have a
Do you know about it?
necklace.
Got it. Do you know if it's custom-made or there's something custom to it?
It has her birthstone color on it, like her
Got it. She's just acknowledging
like a oh.
Yeah, she's just acknowledging that. She also, thank you. Is there a Pepe or Pipi or Pepe name or nickname for someone? Oh, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's a
Sorry.
Pepe. It's a Pepe or Bebe, because it's either Pepe PP or it's BB. She's showing me that nickname or name, and then she's acknowledging an animal. So there's an animal that might be connected to that name.
It might be my grandpa. We called him Titi. And what if not a pain though?
Wait a minute. Oop, you're breaking up on me. Say that again.
My grandpa, we called him Titi.
PP?
Oh, no, my grandpa, we
I'm
called
here.
him Titi. We called him Titi.
Oh, you're...
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but then you freeze up and then it's like going away. So you said your grandpa's name, his nickname?
Was Titi.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You said Titi with a T?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's not it. This is a BB or a PP. So there's a nickname or a name, and she's referencing an animal, like a dog, that's connected to that name.
Okay.
Okay? All right. It's okay. Just sit with it. You might have to think about it. Mom is okay. She's with your dad. But your dad is definitely the one that wanted to acknowledge all of these things with your mom and doing right by her. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
You're awesome.
You take care of yourself, okay?
Thank you. You too.
All right, Mama.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. I'm out. I'm done. So I'm about to bounce off here, and then I'm going to pop back on for our study group, okay? All right, guys. Love you all, and I'll talk to y'all then. Bye, everybody.